All right, ladies, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And just know that everything you do, being here today, this is something you've done for yourself, for your business, and for your downline, because this is something that's very teachable. It's a great system. Systems are so important in our business because they are so duplicatable. They make your life easy. Deb Bixler, this is all based on her How to Have a Fun Trunk Show webinar that she did with us. And basically what I've done is consolidated it. And I love her training. She does a great job. And I really want to share this with you and make it super simple and easy to follow and teach to your downline. So Deb likes to say that people don't fail, systems do. And I think that's a great point. If you're not getting the results from your business that you want to get, just make an amendment to your system. Try to make little tweaks and little changes to try to change your system and then see what the results are. So also, she talks about systems take you from hobby to career. They really simplify your business and your life, and they're going to take the pressure off you. Again, if you're not getting the results you want, change or tweak your system. The number one commodity in the new millennium, do we all know what it is? You can type it in the box. Fun, yes, thank you. Fun is the number one commodity in the 21st century. Yay, I see more people typing in fun. And it's the best thing you can do for your system because people are going to see you and they're going to think, holy cow, she's making money having fun. I can do this too. So make sure you're having fun. Make sure your parties are fun. If you're finding prospective hostesses saying that they're too busy to have a show, they're probably not having enough fun, whether it was from another direct sales company or from perhaps even your show. People are going to make time for friends. They're going to make time to go to their kids' soccer game. They're even going to make time for a couple of hours at TV at the end of the day because it's something they enjoy enough to create that block of time to include those. So you want to really create value with your clothing and with your parties so that she will make a party a priority. Trunk shows are parties, and they really need to feel like one. You need to make it fun and get out there and really enjoy yourself. Part of this, and this sounds like an oxymoron, part of having fun and making it great is to script your open. Scripts are so helpful. A lot of times people hesitate to script for fear that they're going to either forget it, that it might feel starchy or dull or boring. In all actuality, scripting gives you freedom to engage with your guests. It gives you the opportunity to interact with your guests and then to actively participate and even lead the conversation, to really have the ability to make the conversation where you want it to go, where you want it to go. Having this system is going to enable you to really get that valuable information to your guests, and you're never going to have that oh shoot feeling when you walk away and go, I forgot to say this, because you're going to have your script. So you're going to say everything that you wanted to say. You're going to start with a bang with your script. Hi, ladies. Thank you for having me here tonight. Boy, are we going to have fun. This is going to be great. You know, really get them excited about it. Something that Deb talks about, and I really like this. I've seen this done at parties, and I think it works really well. Have an on-time drawing. Now, you want to honor the people who are there on time. These are your most important guests, and they are your best prospects. Who do you want to host your next trunk show or team? Do you want the lady who's on time, who's ready to go at 7 o'clock if your party's supposed to be at 7 o'clock? Or do you want the one who saunters in at 7:30 or 8 o'clock? You're going to want the one who's punctual and who's got it together. Now, I know some things happen, and we won't hold that against anyone, but always cater to those who are on time. Now, the point of this on-time drawing, it's going to give you something to talk to your hostess about 2 or 3 days before the party. Call her up and say, hey, you know, I'm going to have an on-time drawing. Go ahead and give all your ladies, your guests a buzz or a text and let them know that if they're on time, they're going to get a raffle ticket. We're going to raffle off a fun gift. This is going to give your hostess an excuse to give everyone a quick call or a text, and we know from doing our 6 weeks to success training that the hostesses that are the most engaged with her guests, that are in communication with her guests, are the ones who have the most successful parties. So this gives her a great excuse to give them a call 2 or 3 days to remind them that she's having a party and that it's going to be fun. They're going to get a fun little gift. So you're going to do the on-time drawing, and then you're going to go ahead and get started. Now, as everyone is sitting down, they're getting their clipboards with their order form, wish list, and catalog on it, you're going to thank your hostess first. You're going to thank the guests for being there, and you're going to brag up your hostess. Didn't she do a great job? Doesn't she have a beautiful house? She's such a great entertainer, you know, all that stuff. No one's going to be paying attention. They are going to be looking at the catalog. They're going to be chatting a little. They're going to be sitting down and fidgeting a little. No one's paying attention yet, so this is when you're going to thank your hostess, and you're not going to give out any crucial information yet. Not that thanking your hostess isn't crucial, but you're not going to give out any major information yet. Then you're going to say your name because you want them to remember this. When they're paying attention, big smile. Hi, I'm Tiff Mulligan. I'm an independent stylist for Winnie and Kat. Thank you for having me here. So make sure you smile. Make sure you're outgoing, you're warm, you're making eye contact. Again, we love broken records here at Winnie and Kat, so you're going to hear me say that a lot in the next half hour. So first you're going to start in your presentation with a bookings talk. Now you can kind of tweak this around a little bit, but this is the guidelines that Deb gave us. Now when you use your booking talk, you're not necessarily going to say book a trunk show. That doesn't sound fun. You can say, you know, if you want to have me over for a fun night with your friends for shopping and, you know, laughter, then, you know, chat with me after the show. You can talk about booking a trunk show that way. Now, when you're talking about a trunk show, you want to be specific and detailed without giving any specific numbers because it kind of gets dull and it kind of turns into a jumble of information. You want to keep it really short and to the point. You could hold something up and say, you know, with my average trunk show, you can expect to receive this for free and this for half off. You're going to use really optimistic party averages for you. So you get them excited about what they could learn and then you could, or about what they can get. And then you can also, to present the hostess opportunity, you could hold up, like right now we have the soft tie low tea. You can hold that up and say, and if you book a party here tonight, our hostess here, Jenny, can get this for free with our $50 credit. So if you book a party, you can explain to her that Jenny, the hostess, you know, gets a $50 credit at the party of anyone who books that night. So it's another way just to kind of interject little bookings talk without saying, let's get a date. Now we're going to talk about, this is a great thing, and you know what, honestly, I never did this at any of my shows, and I really wish I can. Oh, I'm back. I went out. Oh, apparently my network connection has been reestablished. Sorry, guys. I got so into it, I didn't see you. So did you hear me say, I hear Cheney laughing in the other room. What was the last thing you heard? Did you hear about the on-time drawing? Let's see. Booking talk. Okay, great. You didn't miss that much. So the icebreaker, again, I didn't do this at my parties because I just didn't know about it. I think it's brilliant, and I want everyone to try to incorporate it and see how it goes. Obviously, it's going to break the ice. It's also going to tell them what to expect. So what you're going to do, you can say something like this, you know, ladies, I'd love to know a little bit about you, so why don't we each take a moment, say your name, and tell me what your favorite piece of Winnie and Kat clothing is. If you don't have a Winnie and Kat piece yet, what's your personal style? So let's say she says, I don't have Winnie and Kat yet, but I work in the office, and, you know, I'm usually in like a shift dress. You could grab the day and night shift, put it in her lap, and ask her, you know, this would go great with your wardrobe. How do you feel about the fabric? So you want to, as they're giving either their, as they're giving a testimonial or as they're saying this is my style, you want to ask a question. This way you can lead the conversation. So if she says, oh, I love the acid wash leggings, you can say, where did you wear it last? How did you feel in it? Ask her what shoes she wore with it, stuff like that. Look at someone else and say, what shoes would you wear with it? Get them talking about it. And it really allows you to control that conversation. Now, as each lady talks, as each woman talks, try to remember her name and address her by her name at least 3 times while you're talking. This is going to be really important. Repeating names makes women feel, or makes people feel like you're a friend. It builds trust, and it helps keep everyone engaged if you're using names. if you can remember 2 or 3 that you can refer to throughout the presentation, like if Jenny already has the acid wash leggings and you say, you know, these are great, they feel awesome on you, and you know, you can wear them wherever you go. Isn't that right, Jenny? And Jenny will, yeah, she's right, absolutely. So get them engaged. Again, they're going to stay, they're going to listen to you, and Jenny has nothing to gain if she's just a guest at a party by saying, I love the acid wash leggings. You're making a commission. You're still a stranger, so they might not believe you. But if Jenny, who has nothing to gain, says, oh my gosh, these are amazing, they're incredible, they're going to believe her and they're going to want to buy. So that's why these testimonials are so brilliant. It's also going to create a really relaxed atmosphere, and it's going to take the pressure off you. If you're not really comfortable doing a presentation, people are funny. And if you give them the opportunity, they're going to have a blast. They're going to laugh. They're going to feel important. They're going to feel like their opinion matters. So on that subject, and this is really important, don't add to anyone's testimonial. Don't correct them. It's kind of judgy, and it's going to invalidate what she just said. This is where you ask questions. If you want her to say something, or if you want to kind of lead her to say something, you can ask questions to get her to go where you want to go. You know, have you dressed them up? What shoes did you wear? Again, did you wear pumps? Did you wear boots? All that stuff. When you get them talking about what shoes they wore or what shoes they would wear with the piece, you have her visualizing it in her closet. She's already decided she's going to buy it, and now she's starting to integrate it into her wardrobe already. Also, decide what you want to sell before the party and really focus on that piece. You're also going to, in your presentation and your opening, you're going to tell them what to expect. We're going to have so much fun tonight. Now, what's great about Winnie and Cat ladies is that we have pretty short presentations. Sometimes I know I've been to parties where I felt a little hostage with the presentation, and they go on and on and on. We have a short presentation, so really brag that up. You know, ladies, I'm going to chat for about 10-15 minutes. They're going to lose interest if there's no one in sight. So I'm going to chat for about 10 or 15 more minutes. We're going to get to know one another, do a little drawing at the end, and then I'm going to turn you loose to snack, have some sips, and raid my closet. Let them know that if they're in a hurry too, they can put their order in one pile. And if they're not in a hurry, they can put their order in a different pile so that they know you're going to respect their time and you're going to get them out of there as quickly as possible if they're in a hurry. You're going to conclude by saying something to the effect of that, ladies, by the end of this party, I can pretty much guarantee you that you're going to fall in love with our clothing. And you know what? When that happens, you just may want to have a home truncture of your own, because when you do have friends over for a fun day or night of shopping, you're going to get free, half off, and discounted Winnie and Cat. Again, no numbers, it's short and to the point, and it's fun. It gets them thinking about what they would want. People don't invite strangers over, so that's why it's so important that you're making eye contact, you're using names. If you're a friend, they're going to be more likely to invite you over. Now, a lot of times I've heard it said, refer to the hostess or stylist opportunities at least 3 times. You know, really think about it more like 20 times. If you're using, we've had training that we've called sliced bread training, and I can post that on the Facebook pages, and it'll be on the Stylist Loft as well. It's a way of referring to the hostess or stylist opportunity without calling it the hostess or stylist opportunity. It's just stories that you can integrate in your wardrobe about why hosting a party is awesome, and it's about why being a stylist is awesome. And it's a really easy way to share the opportunity, whether it's a hostess opportunity or the stylist opportunity. So again, those are the sliced bread stories. Now you're going to talk about, as you do your recruiting talk, all it is, this is a minute or less, and it's your story. So you're going to say something like, let me just tell you a little bit about myself, and you know what, I invite you to watch what I do tonight and ask yourself if you would enjoy doing what I do. Now the first thing you're going to talk about, and on the booklet that I handed out, it's typed out, and you can use this to write your own story, make it really concise and quick. People love talking about themselves. We don't always love hearing about other people. Sounds terrible, but it's true. So you're going to talk briefly about what your life used to be like, what happened to necessitate change, what it's like now, and then you're going to end with an invite. I invite you to watch what I do here today, and for those of you who are interested in having fun making money with Winnie and Cat, I invite you to come and talk to me after the party. So there's 2 invitations there. To say, I invite you, it's a lot more I guess, inviting to say that, to encourage people to speak to you. Or you could even say, I encourage you to watch what I do here today. Words like invite, encourage, reach out, stuff like that. It's a lot more open, it's a lot friendlier, and it's a lot more comfortable. Now, you're going to always be ready to close a deal. Have your prospect packets there. I know a lot of you do some really fun things with it where you might have it in a gift bag, something like that. That's a lot of fun, and it's cool because people will see someone walking out with the gift bag. Hey, what does she have? Oh, I'm interested in the stylist opportunity. Gets people talking, gets people interested. Now, you're also going to script your close. Your close is going to start with the product recap, all those things that you wanted to sell that you really wanted to focus on. You're going to recap. You're going to talk about them in groupings or collections. Now, things are sold individually, but present them together. Put ensembles together, maybe leggings, a tank, and a top, something like that, or the longest wrap shawl, a tank, and leggings, something like that. So put them together to get them visualizing where they would wear that, what pieces they would put together, stuff like that. Now, again, you're going to talk about bookings. Doesn't have to be overt. Again, those sliced bread stories are great. You know, this day and night shift is my favorite piece for my hostesses to get for free, and this is the one I most often give to my hostesses at the end of the party, that kind of thing. So, or if someone says, oh, I love that wrap shawl, but you know, it's more than I want to spend, you can say, you know what, I've had so many hostesses get that for free. You should, you know, have me over for a fun night of shopping, something like that. Again, it's just a story. It's not overtly asking. It's just putting that idea in her head. Or you can say, if you'd like to have an absolute blast with your friends like we're having tonight, you know, I encourage you to have me over with my closet for a day or night of shopping in your own home. You're also going to share the opportunity. I'd love to teach you to have fun doing what I do and adding an extra stream of income to your bank account. You can talk quickly. You can brag up your team, use their names, what they're doing, how much fun they're having, how their life is improving. And then you're going to end with a thank you. So at this point, and this is an important thing because I know in the past I personally have done this at a different time, and I can see why I wasn't as successful. Again, Deb has a great idea about this. The gathering of data. At this point, you're at the end of your presentation, you're going to hand out customer care cards. You don't want to do it at the door because they don't know you yet. Now that you've made eye contact, you've used names, you've moved around the room, they get to know you, they're going to be more comfortable giving you their information. So your customer care cards should have a line for name, email, phone number, and would you like to host a home trunk show? Yes, no, maybe. As well as I would like to earn money in my spare time. Yes, no, maybe. Or a line for fundraisers if you like to do fundraisers. Now, I don't mind a no. If it's a no, not ever, that's fine because now, you know, she's been honest with me and I know that I don't have to spend time asking her about having a trunk show. I can spend my time on women who are interested. So after you gather data, what you're going to do is you're going to, or after you hand out your customer care cards, you're going to tell them what you want. So say something to the effect of, you know, ladies, as you're entering your information, I really encourage you to check yes for more info on having me to your home or making money with Winnie and Kat. You know, my very average show, my hostesses get X, Y, and Z for free and X, Y, and Z for half off. And I can expect to make, you know, you can say $200 at one of my extra shows just for having a great time. So you're just planting those seeds. After they fill out their customer care cards, you're going to make a big deal out of this. And it's something that you can do in your hostess coaching. Tell them, encourage their friends to bring friends. You can go, who brought a friend? And then make a big deal out of handing out, like, you can get them at the dollar store. They have little Matchbox style sewing kits, lint rollers, lavender sachets. You can kind of make a big deal out of it, make a little bit, you know, ooh, you get the lint roller, you know, how exciting, and that kind of thing. But just have fun with it. Make fun of yourself. That's the whole point of this. So then you're going to tell them what's happening next. So ladies, I'm just going to tidy up a bit. I'm going to get set up to answer your questions and take orders. You can leave your order form here if you're in a hurry. Put it in this pile if not. You're going to do the drawing. Again, make a big deal out of it. Have fun with it. Maybe have your hostess pick the name. Then you're going to look quickly through those contact cards and you're going to make two piles out of them. One pile is for the no's and one pile is for the yes and maybe boxes so that when they do come up to order, It's somewhere where you can see them and you can, oh, I see that you might like to have a show. Have your loaded calendar right there so that all your information is on it and you look busy and it looks like, let's face it, we are busy, so it's not just look busy. Here's my calendar. Let's get you scheduled because I fill up really quickly, so why don't you pick a date here? If she can't pick a date, you can say, well, how's the end of October or the beginning of November? If she goes, well, the beginning of November is good. Okay, great. How about the first Saturday in November or the second Saturday in November? Or you can ask her, is a weekday or a weekend better for you? Always give her two choices, and it's a really good way of kind of needling down to when she can do a party. So let's see, now there's the in-between, between the start and the closing. And this is what scripts do for you. It keeps the audience attention again while allowing you to relax because you know you're going to hit all those bullet points and you have that system or that script. Now, if you're not comfortable with the script, just keep notes. And you can actually brag about this. You can say, ladies, I hate public speaking. It's awful. It's the toughest part about this business for me. And I'm so happy that I can have my little cheat sheet here or something like that. Because that's going to reach out to women who might also not be comfortable speaking in public. If someone thinks, I could never do this, I'm terrified of speaking in public, you've just bragged that objection to her. You've cleared that up for her. So you can also pass product around the room. You're part of the party. Make sure at vendor events or at parties you keep the tables behind you so that you're not adding a barrier between you and your guests. No barrier means a better connection. It's also, there's always or almost always someone who's a little louder. She's a bit of a heckler. If you stand closer to her, she'll be more likely to be quiet. Keep her under control. It is a party, so we do want them to have fun. But if you're losing someone's attention, you can move closer to them. And if you really lose someone's attention, just find the people who are listening, because again, those are your prospects. So then focus on the people who are listening, who are engaged, and who are interested. Chances are if your party's fun and you're saying funny things, they're going to want to listen to you. So make sure you can see the whites of their eyes. Make eye contact. I know I've said that before, but it's so important. If there's 50 people in the room, make eye contact with 50 people. Try to repeat names to them as they're introducing themselves. Hi, I'm Susie Q. Hi, Susie, nice to meet you. Thanks for sharing. Try to say it at least 3 times. The interesting thing, if you can remember 3 names of guests, again, even if there's 50 people, if you can remember 3 names, you're making eye contact with everybody, and you're using those 3 names, human nature is such that everybody in that room will think that you remember their name. You immediately become a friend. They become comfortable with you. Moving among your audience, you can pass things to guests. Cheryl, you said you love to look polished but hate being uncomfortable. You got to feel this day a night shift dress. That kind of thing, so that you're referring to her by name, you're talking to her, you're handing something to her. Now, Deb is a big fan of feng shui for parties, and a lot of these, there's some great practical points to them. You want to have your back supported. So as you're sitting there and your back is supported, you're going to be comfortable and at ease. So training starts at the first contact. We always say that. How do you want your prospects to see you? Do you want them to see you uncomfortable and fidgety? Do you want them to see you supported and strong? Also, never stand in front of a mirror. It can be really distracting. They'll look at the mirror. I have no intention of anyone looking at my tush the whole time, so I want them to look at my face. So don't stand in front of a mirror. It just makes it so much more difficult to keep their attention. In the same vein, don't present in front of an open window or an open door. There's too many noises and sights that are going to compete for everyone's attention. You can pull the blind, shut the door if you can't avoid being in front of those things, but just set yourself up for success as much as you can. Try to avoid those. Deb also talks about never stand on a mountaintop. It's a vulnerable place to be. By that, you want to be at eye level and among your guests. So if there's a sunken living room, even if it's a little crowded, have your clothing up top and you be in that sunken living room. You also don't want everyone in a chair and you're on a bar stool. You're above everybody. You want to be down at eye level so you're among the party. You also want to, just to keep things fun, I'm going to start talking quickly because I don't want to take up too much of your time, but you're going to use colorful adjectives and descriptions to increase that fun factor, and you want to avoid overusing one. If you're like me, I always say awesome. I know, it's a problem, or I say fabulous. So it's something you need to practice in your presentation. You can talk about, I'm actually wearing the fleece jacket this morning, and it is the yummiest thing ever. Now, yummy isn't something we use for clothes. It's for food, but it makes it really fun. Or you can use, like you talk about the boot cut pant, you're going to use descriptions that don't necessarily work for clothing. The boot cut pant, it has unparalleled style and support. The long sleeve maxi dress, ladies, it is like comfort food for your body. I like to say that one because it's true. When I'm sick, I want to wear Winnie and Cat. When I'm sad, when I'm depressed, whatever, I want to wear Winnie and Cat. It's like comfort food for your body. Or, ladies, this dress is like curling up with a good book on a rainy day. Or that fleece coat is like curling up with a good book on a rainy day. I also like to say something about its self-indulgent practicality. The clothes are so basic and so practical, but they're so self-indulgent. They feel so great on your body. So again, using descriptions that aren't typically used for clothing, it's going to increase interest, and it just makes it fun, you know. Also, women know micromodal, and anytime you mention it, I'm sure you've heard it, play it up. They're like, ooh, micromodal, you know, and you can kind of make a big deal out of that. Hand it around, let them feel the product. Listen to ads on TV, or you can listen to teachers, ministers, people from other professions describe their product. Listen to their adjectives and incorporate those in your presentation. It just makes it fun and different, and those odd little words will keep attention. Now, short shows, this is good news. Short shows are lucrative shows. Keep it sweet, simple, and fun. You want to keep the fun factor up. You want them to go shopping while they're still excited to be there. So give them the goods, tell them all the good information, and then set them loose on your closet. Again, focus on creating collections. That's going to improve your upsell. Those little purchases really add up. Now, on the same vein with that, you're going to really establish a sense of urgency. What's selling out? Oh, there's my phone. I didn't turn off the ringer. Establish that sense of urgency. What's selling out? What's low in inventory? What's brand new? Use that busy calendar to let them see how booked you are and how, you know, there's an urgency. They need to book so they can get their time. Again, there's going to, you know, there's going to be that wiggle room. If they do need to reschedule, that's fine. But try to get a date before they leave the party. Those are the shows that tend to stick. Sometimes once they leave the party, they lose the excitement a little bit. So you want to get that booking while they're excited. You want to start on time. Honor those that are there on time. Again, this is all recap, broken record. There's going to be stragglers. Welcome them with your pre-made clipboards and just continue doing what they're doing. Sometimes the stragglers are the rebels among the group, and they're going to be the loud ones. And if you're already working and you're already talking, it actually helps, I've found. If you just kind of keep going, here's your clipboard, you know, have a seat, welcome, and you just keep talking. Again, those are the most important. And it really, I'm an early on-time person to a neurotic sense. I'm always on time, and it drives me nuts when I have to wait for people who are not on time. So really cater to those, and again, honor those that are on time. Even if the hostess says something like, you know, there's 2 or 3 people, and she goes, well, no one's here yet. And it's like, well, they're not no one. Let's get going. You know, they're my most important customers. Let them know that you appreciate it. You want to keep your presentation fast-paced and funny. Don't take yourself seriously. Whenever I drop something at a party, and I always drop something, I'd go, hey, it's machine washable. That was my reminder that everything's machine washable. I would tell them the things that I like to wash on delicate. I also told them the things I wanted to line dry or lay flat to dry. So again, this is a party. Have fun. Don't take yourself seriously. To recap again, time spent on an item is value. You're going to focus on your highest priced items that you want to sell, the jackets, the coats, the maxis. Include them in collections, so you're adding the tanks, the wraps, and the leggings. Another high-priced item that has a lot of value is the hostess opportunity. Spend time talking about that. Those sliced bread stories, interject them whenever you can. The stylist opportunity, again, sliced bread stories. That's a share, and it doesn't feel that way. Also, in your spare time, Google presentations or go watch another direct sales consultant. Find a friend who's really successful and watch her presentation. Does she make eye contact? Does she use names? Are the guests engaged? And then watch and see if women order or schedule their own parties and find out the why of each. You know, you can really do a lot of great research just by going to those parties. So, sorry about the phone. I have no idea how to turn it off. So Also, as we're talking about all of this, eye contact, all of that, you have to know your home parties are golden. 7% of communication, ladies, is verbal. So that email, that text, that email, 7% of communication is verbal. 30% of communication is through vocal elements. Tone, inflection, pace. Watch a voiceover artist work. They are so over the top with their mannerisms, hand gestures, tone, and pitch. It sounds ridiculous. And if you've ever done voiceover work, you feel like a fool. But those gestures that you can't see as they're speaking reads in their voice. And it's, like I said, only 30% of your communication is through those vocal elements. So you have to be really over the top if you're over the phone or you know, doing something like that. 55% of your communication is nonverbal. So the vast majority of your communication, it's facial expressions, gestures, postures, stuff like that. Home parties are the only place we can connect using all three. Like I said, they're golden, they're precious. Email and texting can be tough to figure out the tone. If you were at the retreat, we had a phrase that you're never going to forget. The phrase is, "I told you I didn't kiss your husband last night." Now, you can use, you can emphasize, is the word I'm trying to use. You can emphasize different words in that sentence, and it means something completely different. I told you I didn't kiss your husband last night. I told you I didn't kiss your husband last night. I told you I didn't kiss your husband last night. How about this one? I told you I didn't kiss your husband last night. Well, who did? You can also, I told you I didn't kiss your husband last night. What did you do? I told you I didn't kiss your husband last night. Well, who did you kiss? So you can see where it's a fun sentence, it's funny, and it shows you how easy it is to misinterpret an email or just a simple sentence or a text. So on a phone, at least you can use two of the three. So if you can't have a personal contact, phone is your backup. Personal contact is precious. Get out there, meet new people, have your home parties, be engaging, have fun, maximize your effectiveness with these tools, and you're going to empower yourself and your team, because you're going to teach these to your team. You're going to empower yourselves to a healthy, thriving business. You're already here, so I know you're already committed. Thank you so much, ladies. Have a fabulous day, and let me know how your parties go. Take care, you guys. Bye.